Yo, yo, yo. Thank you so much for tuning in to Conversations with Glo radio show, where it's brought to you by Conversations with Glo podcast. And if you want to know more information about me, your girl Glo, and also the future guests that I will have on Conversations with Glo podcast slash radio show, be sure to go and sign up for the emailing list on convowithglo.com. And remember, y'all, that is with the K and not with the C. So go ahead over, sign up for the emailing list, and just make sure that you are getting updates about me, your girl. Okay? And also, like, if you want to join the group on Facebook, go to Conversations with Glo. The group on Facebook is full of fun people on there. We talk about everything, all this and that and the third. So be sure to be a part of everything that I have going on. Okay? Okay. Well, enough about me. I am going to allow for my guest to introduce herself. It's not her first time to it, but she's back at it. And yeah, I'm gonna let her introduce herself. Go ahead.
Hey y'all, back again. It's Kenyatta from Asydami Nails. Um, that's just it. It's just Kenyatta. It's me. Hey y'all.
Aside of me nails. Okay, by the way, y'all, that's my nail tech. But anyway, let's keep it going. So let's go ahead and get into the conversation for tonight. And the conversation is, how important is sex to you?
You asking me?
Yeah.
It's very important. Like very,
If
very
you was
important.
to
Like
put it on a scale from 1 to 10, what would you put it at? 10?
Lim
15?
cap out all the way at cap.
Oh
No, but
god.
it's very important. Especially with I can't speak for everybody, but for me, um, necessary. You definitely gotta have that chemistry, and you don't have to meet me where I'm at. Cause it's up there. It's up.
To me, um, sex is definitely important. At once upon a time, I must say this though. At once upon a time, I used to be like, I'm not going to teach nobody how I want. I ain't gonna, I don't have time to teach nobody. And I've done said this plenty of times before. But as I have gotten older, I'm like, okay, so I know what I like, right? And men nowadays are more possibly trying to get off for themselves, or sometimes nowadays they want to treat you like a little cum bucket where they just fuck you one way and come and go on by their business. You get what I'm saying? Those type of people, I feel like that females shouldn't mess with, the ones that wants to be treated. But some females like to be treated like a cum bucket. But I'm just saying, if sex is important to you, then you wouldn't want to lay down with someone that actually treats you like that, because they only gonna be getting off for themselves. So you gonna want someone that's going to make sure that you're going to possibly get off before they do, or y'all can get off together. And
And
this is why.
possibly, why not be with somebody who's gonna make sure you get yours? You get what I'm
you
saying? Especially, as a woman. As a woman, I want to make sure he get his, but most of the time, 9 times out of 10, you should be with a man that's making sure you get yours first. Because when most of them, when they're done, they're done. You get what I'm saying?
exactly. No, I definitely do. And I, this is why I'm trying to find a way to put it, because I've dealt with men that didn't give a fuck about how to, like, whether or not if I got off. This is why I say, like, women, you should know the difference in between, if you're being treated like a cum bucket, or if you really dealing with somebody that actually really care about how you feel when it actually does come to sex, and how important that it may be to you, or make sure that it's important to the both of you. Because being treated like a cum bucket, you're never gonna you possibly may never get yours. The nigga probably don't eat pussy. He probably don't do something that James Earl did to you.
Not James Earl.
Oh, he got too much things.
Let me find out.
Okay, girl, please. I was just like, what? I don't even know where James Earl came from. Oh God,
Let me find
but
out.
okay, okay, shut up, Kiana. But my thing is this. So again, you dealing with somebody that's treating you like a cum bucket, and then boom, you done slept with James Earl some months ago, and this nigga is nothing like James Earl, and then you gonna be like, I want the James Earl. You get what I'm saying? So I think it's
So
very
you're gonna be
important.
looking for something that you're not, you ain't even gonna reach. Pretty much that's what you're saying. You're gonna be looking. Mm, I don't know.
No, for real. That's like people sometimes like this is probably why people get addicted to drugs because from my understanding they still trying to find that high, that very first high they got the first time they ever tried something that made them feel some type of way. Okay, I'm gonna say that. And that's basically how some folks are when it comes to sex. They looking for that thrill that they possibly had done got. But I feel like that it depends, I guess. Like,
It
you know,
does. It
like
depends. It depends on the person. It depends on the chemistry you got with that person. It depends on
exactly.
time. It depends on how long you've been messing around with that person to for them to know you. You get what I'm saying?
Have you ever slept with somebody that didn't show that you really didn't have a sexual chemistry with?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have. It wouldn't. It ain't. It ain't. It's not the same.
It's not. And
It's
this
not
is why
fulfilling.
it's not fulfilling. It's not because it's just like boom, you being treated like the cum bucket because they don't care about what they just only worrying about their sales getting off. And then I can remember it's been once upon a time when I done told somebody like I didn't get off. And that's when I just knew that I was somebody's cum bucket. I mean, I'm just gonna be real. Like it was just like, oh, okay, so this is how you feel. Well, shit, I can't fuck with you no more because again, I
So
need
when
for
you
sex to be important. Sex is very important to me, and I'm willing to teach people. Not damn, not y'all, not people. People.
so listen when you let them know that you didn't get yours, what was the reaction like? What did they care?
Okay, so I've dealt with someone that didn't care and I dealt with someone that cared. And it actually pushed me into that person more because it just be crazy. It actually made me it actually pushed me into that person that cared about how I felt. And what's so crazy is that I really kind of sorted never mind, it pushed me into that person basically, and it made me again it just made me realize again I was his cum bucket because you didn't necessarily just care, you just like how something felt to you, and it was just like, oh, I'm gonna just get off, I'm gonna fuck her real hard and just get off and go on by my business. And I didn't necessarily find it to actually be fair to me because it's just like I I'm over my legs to you, and basically this is how you're gonna be treated. So I mean, this is how you're gonna treat it. And I once I realized that it was something that I was agreeing to or something that I just necessarily just like, I just find myself to actually back away from that because, like I said, nobody doesn't deserve to be treated like a cum bucket. I mean, again, men get used for sex too. Like it done been times that I done told somebody there was just something to do. No, for
Oh
real. Like
damn. That would hurt my feelings.
And I mean, shit. At least, cause don't try to. I feel like you was just something to do. Like how somebody called late at night. Called it. Called. Oh, guys.
Exactly what you're talking about. Okay, but it's important, but it's not everything. So do you feel like that comes with? I feel like it's very important, but it's not everything. So in a relationship,
Okay, so what about so just for like single perspective, what about in a relationship? How important is it to you in a relationship?
it's still up there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's like at a 10, but I would give it. I guess it depends on.
How you
I,
stacking your
I
blocks, I guess. It'd be like, okay,
yeah, like
stability, financial stability, boom, boom, and it sits gotta be somewhere. I
it's
don't
still
even
got to be at the top, but it's not like everything because
like
it's just not everything.
I don't want it to be in the middle either. It like you said, it has to be at that top. Like it can be that block before it hit the middle. How about that?
No, because it's still it can go up like 2 more notches. Two more
Look,
notches.
I'm trying to compromise. Like,
You
oh,
too
okay,
low.
that's
Too low. Like up a little bit low.
so. Do you
But
think it's? Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Do you think it's okay for sex to be withheld in a relationship?
No. Yeah, well, it depends on the situation. It
I
depends
don't
on the
think it
situation.
should.
I don't think you should withhold it because that's what we need. Like that's something
I
we
don't
need.
exactly. And I've
So if
learned.
you're withholding it, what you think that's gonna do to your partner? Like they're just gonna, especially if it's somebody with a high drive, like you can't. But withhold it for how long? Like one night? Like no, I don't feel like I give you some in the morning. Okay, but you want days, weeks?
And it, and then when morning comes and I still don't get none, I'm going to work. I'm pissed because you
And
already
I
done
think I
pushed me off last night, and then I try to wake up this morning try to get some, and you push me off, so I'm
that
heated.
rejection again. So like
Yeah.
then I feel like you shouldn't with your partner. You shouldn't send them out in need. I don't know what to call it, but you shouldn't
With
send
they
them out
balls
horny.
on high.
Yeah, they fall fools. You need to take care of that because if not, then you out here with hormones all over the place,
Hmm.
and that's how shit happen because you wasn't taking care of at home before you left home. So, I mean, if you need to withhold, okay, but be careful. Be careful with that because everybody got needs, and then you out like you said, balls full, pussy wet. Like, hey, somebody got to take care of it.
Yeah.
So be
So
careful.
I've learned over the years that withholding sex is not a it's no point in withholding sex. And it's just like even if you're upset with your mate, like just throw a leg up on them.
Yeah, you get a little lazy, cause
Like
a little real quick.
like, yeah, I'm still mad, but here, you get what I'm
Here,
saying?
yeah.
Yeah,
Here you
yeah.
go.
Like, don't withhold it because again, that's where I feel like I mean, and it's been told that's where cheating starts. Like you just stated, that's where the cheating does start. and then you gonna be sitting up here like, oh, what I could have done. Not withheld sex. That's what you could have done. But
Gave it up.
but be nasty for your man, be nasty for your girl. But again, it even I sometimes I feel like even if that is happening and sex is not it's not being withheld, people still have a sense of wanting to still possibly step out just because. You get
Well,
what I'm
that's on
saying?
you. That ain't you ain't. And I still feel like if it's been withheld, like you still need to have self control to where you didn't know how not to.
Yeah. Cause
That if
even
you do
if
that, that's
you
because you
do
want
give
to do
them
that.
9 times out of 10, if you're not withholding and you giving them something before they leave out the door, 9 times out of 10, they probably won't still step out. But you probably got that one that just got finished busting down their mate and still wanna
Gonna
mingle
go
their
to the
way out in
next
the
one.
street.
Oh,
Mingle their way
head to the
on out
next.
the street.
Slip and fall into the street.
I'm telling you. So, I mean, again, when it all sums up and when it all comes to matter about, it's just that people have a level of how important sex is to them. But I think that sex for everybody should be at the top. I just feel that way. And
It's
the
not
only
like
reason
that for every. Go ahead.
that's why I say I feel like that it should be for everybody. Because if you put it right there and you communicating about it with your spouse or you communicating about it with the person that you are sleeping with, then 9 times out of 10, you possibly, I'm not no therapist or nothing, but you possibly won't have no problems. You get what I'm saying? Like, let it be there. Cause a lot of people that don't find sex to be important, that's where sometimes their partner finds the step out because it may not be important to them, but it's important to them. If you get what I'm saying, like it may not be important to this person, but it's important to this person, and
Right.
that it's something that may not have been communicated either, but still the one that is important to is possibly stepping out on the one that is least important to. So you want to make sure that y'all are right there. Every
You gotta have that
relationship, every
balance, that happy medium.
yeah, yeah, everybody loves. Let's not forget how we get here. Everybody loves sex. Everybody loves having it. Blah blah blah. Whatever. Everybody like it a certain type of way. Everybody ain't the same. Whatever. But when it still comes to satisfaction, everybody at the end of the day, you at the beginning and the end of the day, you want to be satisfied. Plain and simple. That's with
At the beginning
everybody.
and the end of the day, love.
Yeah.
How
Hell
many
yeah.
times? How many times a day? How much is too much?
That's why I was going.
How many times a day are you fucking? They put the sound.
Shoot. It used to be times where, golly, it used to be like 3 to 4 times a day, especially like if it's on a weekend. Yeah, that's I want to, and I don't work all week. I want to chill, and that's possibly what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Go get something to eat, come back, lay up, watch a movie, Netflix, chill, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. However, now that now that I am older and I have my career started and things as such, it's kind of hard to actually try to get it in that many times a day. So let's talk
It
about how
depends
many
on the day of
times
the week
in a
and the
week.
kind of day.
Yeah,
There's
true,
7 days in a week.
true.
If I could, honestly, if I could,
How many?
you're not about to embarrass me in front of these folks. You're not about to do that.
Oh gosh, but yeah, I'm at a point. I mean, I'm down for 2 times a day though. I would
Yeah,
really truly be down for 2 times a day. Like if
in the
I had,
morning,
yeah, and in the evening,
every
like
evening. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, why not? Why not? But hey, that's a different time for a different story. Y'all come back and ask me a question about how many times a day that I want and how often
I feel like
throughout
I
the
would.
week. every
embarrass myself. That weekly number, cause some it depends on some days. Like it depends. You hit the middle of the week, oh baby, come on. The beginning of the week is probably irritation. Like don't. So I can't give you like on days, but throughout the week, oh yeah.
So you're saying Sunday you out of whack?
Yeah, because Sunday is like a restart day. Like, leave me alone. Like, Sunday, you dealing with the kids, you dealing with the. Leave me alone. I got a whole lot going on. I probably just
Sunday
cook
when those
dinner.
kids is in the bed.
Nah, you done cook dinner outside. Look, listen. You done got to reset for the week. I probably done did hair and then cook.
Oh
But,
yeah.
baby, but Monday morning, different
Where you at?
story.
You know you got that door open. Boom, like with refusion. Boom. Where you at, nigga? I mean, where you at? Where you at? Okay, y'all. Okay, y'all. I'm done tripping for the night. Y'all done heard what we had to say. You know, however sex is important to you, let it be important to you. But like I said, let it be at the top.
Tippy
Please.
top, all the way at the top. Overflowing.
Overflowing with abundance. Abundance of okay, y'all. But anyway, before we do head out, Kenyatta, if you could please tell them where they can find you at.
Instagram at Asydami. That's Asydami. My salon is in Easley. Booking link is hey Goldie dot book dot something. I don't know. The link is in the bio on Instagram. But you can
Okay.
find me there. Instagram, Snapchat is Kenyatta underscore 1111. Yeah,
Okay. Well,
fuck with your
y'all,
girl.
she done told y'all where y'all can excuse me. She done told y'all where y'all can find her at. So be sure to go and follow her on Instagram so therefore you can look at her nail work. Again, also follow her on Snapchat so you can possibly see a different side of her because it's a side of me. Okay. Hey, like I said that. Period. But anyway, Kiana, I do want to thank you. I don't know what's going on, but Kenyatta, I do want to thank you so much for coming through and chopping it up with me, your girl Glow. This has definitely been a really good conversation. And we're gonna have to run this back after I run back something with the men in regards with another question. But again, I do want to thank you so much for showing
Hmm.
up for me. And for those that are out there listening to your girl Glow, I do want to thank y'all so much for tuning in to Conversations with Glow radio show. It has been a pleasure. I definitely do appreciate y'all supporting me. Make sure that y'all do keep it up. But y'all already know where y'all can catch me at in the meantime, between time. Peace out.